In this video, we're going to look at y equals mx plus c and the concepts involved with that, which are the gradient and the y-intercept. If you're revising, there's 5 questions I'll scroll through for you to try. There's questions 1 and 2, and then 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let's look at some definitions. First of all, let's look at the gradient. The gradient, or the slope of a line, is given the letter m. The gradient tells us how y changes as x changes. A large value of m means that y increases quickly as x increases, and hence the line is very steep. So this is a steep line here. If we increase the x value by 1, if we go 1 across, you can see we go up by 6 on the y. If we go 1 across, we go up another 6. So because the y is going up so quickly as the x changes, that makes the graph steep. A small value of m, or a small gradient, means that y increases slowly as x increases, and the line is very shallow. So here we have a shallow line. If we go 1 across now, instead of going up 6, we're only going up half. If we go 1 across, we're only going up a half. As the x increases by 1, the y only increases by a half. X increases by 1, y increases by a half. So because the y is increasing slowly as x increases, the line is shallow, the gradient is small. To calculate m, we form a right angled triangle from 2 points on the line and use the formula. Your teacher may have given you a few, so I've got 3 here. If you've got your line, you can form a right angled triangle. Just take 2 points, any 2 points that are on your triangle that are easy to work with. Draw a right angled triangle, and then we need to measure these here. This is the change in y. You might think of that as the rise, how much the triangle rises. And to calculate that, it's the y2 value, if y2 is here, minus the y1 value. So get these two y values and subtract them, and that will tell you how much the change in y is, or what the rise is. You then divide that by the run, or the change in x. To calculate that, that would be x2 minus x1, where this is x2 and this one is x1. So we can think of it 3 ways. Just only remember one. That's all you need. It's draw your right angle triangle. It's the change in y divided by the change in x, or it's the rise divided by the run, or if you pick these 2 coordinates, it'll be y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. If the gradient is positive, that means from left to right it's going uphill. If there's a 0 gradient, it means the line is flat or horizontal. A negative gradient means if we're going from left to right, it's going downhill. And actually, if you've got a vertical line, that would actually mean you'd have an infinite gradient. If you try to draw a triangle, the rise is infinite. So you wouldn't see that very often, but it is what it is. Y-intercept then. The y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. It is given the letter C. So this yellow line crosses the y-axis at 1, so we call the y-intercept 1. On this one, the y-axis is here. The line crosses the y-axis at -2. So that's your y-intercept. We don't really care too much about where it crosses the x-axis, so at this level, just ignore that. So y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. We give that the letter C. So to summarize, an equation of a straight line can be written as y equals mx plus c. The number in front of the x will always be the gradient, the slope, and the number you've got to add or subtract from the x's will be the y-intercept. And if you're calculating that as well, another way to think of it is it's the y value when x is 0. Because on the y-axis, the x value is 0, and then y is -2. Here, I'm on the y-axis, the x value is 0, and the y value is 1. Let's try some questions on that. For the following lines, find the gradient and find the y-intercept. Hence, write down the equation of the line. So to find the gradient, we need to pick 2 points that are simple to work with. So I'm going to pick 0, 0, and 1, 3. I will draw my triangle. The change in the y values, the rise is 3, goes from 3 take away 0 is 3, and the run, it just goes 1 across, so 1. So the gradient is 3 over 1, which is 3. The y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, which is here at 0. So if we are writing y equals mx plus c, we'd write y equals, instead of the m is the gradient, so we'd write 3x, and then at the end we'd write plus whatever the y-intercept is, but in this case, the c, the y-intercept, is 0, so it'll be 3x plus 0, or simply 3x. On the second one, if we pick 2 points, I'm going to pick these two, draw a triangle. The rise there, the change in the y values, is 2 take away 0, which is 2, and the run goes from 2 to 4, 4 take away 2 is 2. So the gradient is going to be the rise 2 divided by the run 2, which gives you 1. Or in other words, as you go 1 across in the x value, you're going 1 up in the y. 1 to the right, 1 up. The y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis, is here at minus 2. So y equals mx, m is our gradient, so 1. So y equals 1x, or simply x, plus c, and then c is our y-intercept, so c is minus 2. So instead of adding on, we're actually subtracting 2 there because the y-intercept is minus 2. And then the third one, if I pick this point and this point, this time actually, it's not rising as I go. If you look at these other two, as I go to the right and then I go up, I go to the right and then I go up. Here, I go down and then to the right. So down would mean it's a negative number. So it's going down by 2 and then right 1. So the gradient would be minus 2 divided by 1, which is minus 2. If you don't notice that or just think 2 over 1, you can always correct it at the end because you can see this line's going down, and any line that's going downhill from left to right is a negative gradient, so make sure the negative's in front of it. So before I do any calculations, I can see positive gradient, positive 3, positive gradient, positive 1, negative gradient, negative 2. The y-intercept is here, where it crosses the y-axis, is 3. So it would be y equals m, y equals minus 2, x plus c plus 3. Number 2. Write down the gradient and y-intercept of the straight lines. So if we just look at the equation for a straight line, first of all, it's y equals mx plus c. So the first one, we can see that m is 3. It means the gradient is 3. And the y-intercept is what you add on to your x's, so that'll be 7. So the y-intercept, the c, is 7. In the second one, the gradient is the number in front of the x, which is just 1 there, not 0. Otherwise, there would be nothing there. If it's just x, it means 1x. And then your c is minus 5. Part C. In part C, we've got minus 2x. We don't just look at the first term, we look at the number of x's. So the gradient is the number in front of the x. So that's minus 2. And the c is whatever is added or subtracted onto that x term, which is 9. Okay, with the last one's maybe a bit more of an extension question, but it's not in the form y equals mx plus c. To do that, you'd have to rearrange the equation, which is a bit more into maybe 5th year M7, M8 work. But how would you do it? Well, if I take away 4x from both sides, 2y would be minus 4x plus 9. And if that's what 2y is equal to, we can half that to get y equals, and we half every single value. So half of 2y is y, half of minus 4x is minus 2x, and half of 9 is 9 over 2, or 4.5. Now that it's in that format, we can write down the gradient. It's a number in front of the x, which is minus 2, and the y-intercept is 4.5. Number 3. Find the gradient of the line joining minus 6, minus 1, and 4, 2. If you know your formulas, you can do this without drawing it out, but I think it helps to see what's going on. We've got minus 6, minus 1 is our first point, and then 4, 2 is the second point. Now you can see that's not even very well done to scale, but just to give you an idea of what's happening. So it's the line that joins those 2 points together. So to find the gradient of that line, I would draw my right angle triangle in. The rise is how high up it goes, so that's 2 take away minus 1. That's the length of that one, which is 3. And then the run is from 4 to minus 6. So 4 take away minus 6 would give you 10. So the gradient is, and if you're doing this from without the diagram or getting these numbers from scratch, it would be the rise or the change in y. That is 2 take away minus 1, or 2 take away minus 1. Divided by the run, the change in the x values, x2 minus x1, so 4 take away minus 6. And that gives 2 take away minus 1 is 2 plus 1, which is 3, and 4 take away minus 6 is 4 plus 6, which is 10. So the gradient of that line is 3/10. Question 4. A line passes through the points A4 and 3, 8. Find A if the line has a gradient of half. So we could draw an axis, and the first point I can plot is 3 across and 8 up. The second point is, we don't know how far across, but we know it's 4 up. Go halfway to 4. I'll just plot it here, but I don't know what that number is. We're looking to find the gradient of the line that passes through those 2 points. So we draw a right angle triangle to help us get the gradient. The reason for doing that is we know in the question what the gradient is, so the question is about gradient. So we get the change in the y. The rise goes from 4 to 8, which is a distance of 4. And the run goes from A to 3. We can't get that as a number, but if I was to work out that length, I would do 3 take away the distance A, so 3 minus A. So the gradient is the change in y, 8 take away 4, divided by the change in x, 3 take away A. And that is 4 over 3 minus A, which is what we can see in the diagram. Now we're told that the gradient's a half, so we can put that equal to a half. And when a fraction equals a fraction, you can cross multiply. So 3 minus A times 1 would be 3 minus A, and 2 times 4 is 8. I would add A to both sides because A is negative, and that would make it positive. So that would be 8 plus A. And then take 8 from both sides and you get minus 5 for A. So I had a here on the positive axis. It actually should have been over here, but the maths works it out for you. So there's no problem. The diagram is still useful for me to work out just to get an idea of what numbers to be involved. And a is -5. Question 5. Find the value of n if the line joining points 3n4 and n-8 has gradient 2. Now, if we're plotting this one, it's even harder again because we don't know those 2 points, what they are. 3n4 and n-8. The gradient's 2, so it should be going uphill. So if we start off with this one here, the n-8 one, let's stick an n here, and then put it down at -8. And then 3n here, and then it shoots up to 4. That would give a positive gradient. So I don't know what 3n and n are. So I made a mistake there. No, I didn't. That's fine. 3n4 is 3n across, 4 up. And n-8, n across and -8 down. The line joining those then looks like so. And I can draw two straight lines to give me a right angled triangle. The rise goes from -8 up to 4, which would be a distance of 12. And it runs across from n to 3n. That's a distance of 2n. So the gradient is your change in y, or your -8 minus 4, divided by the change in x, which would be your n minus your 3n. That gives -12 over -2n. Slightly different from the diagram. We've got 12 over 2n, but they're both negatives. A negative divided by negative will be a positive, so that would be the same as 12 over 2n. Now we know the gradient is 2, so what we can say is put that equal to 2 and make it 2 wholes so that we can then cross multiply. And if we cross multiply, we get 2 times 2n is 4n, and 1 times 12 is 12. If 4n is 12, divide through by 4, and we get that n is 3.